everyone, and welcome back to this hot seat in Age of Petty Kings. Let's go ahead and see what has happened in the war. Last time I was a bit worried because the last battle I didn't actually win. Message has arrived from House Bolton. Be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. Be very afraid. Winky face. Not entirely sure what that face is called, but the one where you stick your tongue out. So, not entirely sure what Bolton is up to by saying that. But he's being a bit cheeky, isn't he? So this was the main point I was looking at. And, it seems as though Gardner hasn't actually done anything to this general. I thought he was gonna kill him, because I was unable to pull him back, and I was unable to pull the reinforcements up in time. So I'm not entirely sure why he did not. Maybe he missed that unit. He has done nothing down here. Let's pull the spy back to see what's going on in the ring. Well, he's moved the army to Dustinbury from down there, so all this land is kind of open. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on this side, but he's blocked that way, so let's go this way. There we have House Gardner. Well, if necessary, I can send a message this turn around, because I am not so concerned about House Gardner anymore, and once I sort of reach or I've taken as much as possible here, I'm going to see about making a peace with him, and then what we're gonna do is that we're going to see about maybe asking him to become our vassal. So that might happen. This army is rather weak, so I don't actually mind going ahead and laying. It would be nasty to lose Durrandon since he's such a good general, but I don't think we will. So I'm pretty confident in the fact that I can lay siege to this without him fighting that army and killing it. And then the rest of these men has to be put under control of a general, possibly. Because, well, wait, how many we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The catapult won't reach. More, well, some archers is needed. So, did I say 5? What's in here? Let's put, you know what, the 2 archer units can actually move down here. And then the infantry won't reach, but these 2 will. The rest, we want the catapult there, since it will make it a lot easier to go further, so we want to move up the catapult. I'm gonna put general in there, just to make sure that they don't rebel against me. And so we have fixed that situation. The thing is, see if I got any more characters here. It's turned up. Any more lords out among the castles. What I need to do is I need to start going against. I think I need to go against. Let's see. The Bar Emmon faction, and see about start taking these, because I imagine Bolton killed my my diplomat up here as well. Gone ahead and assassinated him. So I've got plenty of reason to declare war on him, if it should come to that. I've got my reasons for war. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this army, first of all, gonna move it like that. Then we're gonna lay siege. We're gonna build some stuff, but that probably won't be necessary because I can move some catapults over. And then we'll move men over here. Can't move the catapult, but that's not necessary because we've already have laid a good siege to that place. And we're gonna move these men over. And then we need to move something up to this castle to make sure that that holds. And I only needed one man apparently, so that's good. And then we really need to see about fortifying this area. I don't think they have enough power right now to attack us, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what comes there. I'm gonna take one of these ships and just see what they've got here, because I'm thinking to declare war on these guys. We need to sort of know where where the main force is, the main land force is. Seems they don't have anyone, so it's all about the ships. Do I have a catapult among this? I don't need though, since I'm fighting the AI. But we could split this up into two forces. One of which I will land with my ships on one of these islands. The other one will march to Stone Dance. So I think we'll take this one, where the character looks a bit like the Monty Python guy, and the other one will be moved onto the navy, and you can take let's see, take these men with you and take this one as well, and this guy up here can get aid from all of this, and we can send up. And then I probably need to put something in here, in these two castles, but might as well maybe just recruit something to make sure that these are held. Just one soldier in each. And then this one will be supported by all of this. Yes. So almost all of this will come up. See about aiding him. You know what? He can move down. And yes, we'll see. Maybe he needs a bit more men. No, I think it's fine because there's nothing really in the castle, the enemy castles there. So that will be fine. So let's come down with the navy and pick this guy up. Wait, what? There's nothing in the navy, so why couldn't he pick him up? That was strange. Right, so we've done that. This army, it's probably the battle is going to be the hardest one because of the enemy forces right there. But and then we got this one, should be quite an easy match. We're not going to get this one going, but we're quite outnumbering the enemy right there. And this force as well. Maybe one good knight unit could be hired in. And then we start off by making sure that this one gets trashed once and for all, since I failed that last time around. So let's go ahead and destroy them. Fear may be sufficient to make our bannermen kneel, but we need them to stand. Start deployment. Good. And let's have the cavalry over on this side. And yeah, let's go ahead and start this battle. Did they have any archers? They did, actually. Quite a sizable unit. But nothing that will really matter. So let's advance these guys and advance the cavalry. The general can follow the cavalry. We do have the possibility of making shield wall, which we have seen is very effective against cavalry. But I don't think it's going to be necessary here. Let's get the cavalry in chasing these guys off, and then we'll let the infantry deal with the rest of these bastards. And if the enemy general or the enemy knights decide to go ahead and place the spikes. The other unit places it in the wrong direction. There we go. Now get those guys in. Get the general up here. Infantry advance. Halt. Shield wall. Not really in time there. But I've got my general coming around. And he will hit them in the back. And the Knights of the Marder, as we saw, were quite crappy knights, actually. The rest of my men are stuck in fighting over here. The enemy archers are actually firing straight into this. But once these knights are gone, go ahead and march this unit straight into the archers, and they will be gone as well. Knights of the Marder is routing. We gotta keep an eye though on charging this area because of all the bloody spikes. Drop the shield wall and attack this unit. And then you guys will chase down. What you will do is actually attack the pikemen, the knights. Let's see about the knights getting over and attacking in the back of this unit. And then, nice! We got the general. He was probably embedded among the archers. Right there, that unit is gone. Get after the archers. The rest of our men are slowly stomping these guys to into the ground. They're fighting to the end, while I'm slowly chasing down all of this. Not entirely sure where the pikemen are going. They're slowly marching away from the action. That took out a hell of a lot of men. That charge in the rear there by the two knights. Look at all those men that died right there. Although the knights died as well. What remains then? What enemy unit remains to fight us? Because I think I should win right now. Everyone is broken. Oh, it was the knight. It was the knight, I think. No, there was no knight here. I thought there was a knight here. There we go. Clear victory. We lost 114 men, but we were victorious, and that force will no longer be a concern of ours. And they're gone. Right, what we can do is we can march back and see about resupplying the men before we march out any further. We can go ahead and resupply this one as well. Next battle is this one. Should go pretty straightforward. We got 3 units attempting a defense. The thing is, after this battle, since the main point is to keep the armies alive and not really take positions but to destroy the enemy armies. And so we want to make sure that the enemy, full stack, is not able to find a position in which he can go ahead and damage our men. Not entirely sure what this one is doing in front. I think we'll do the gate and then 2 points in the wall. I think we can do 3 points at the wall. What's this? Another, yes, these 2 archers as well. Why don't you get up front? In spread out formation. Durrandon, and boom. Ram the wall, ram the gate, ram the wall, and ram the wall. These archers are not actually within range, so we have to move them up. I thought maybe the longbowmen could fire from that range. These guys can not fire either, so let's get these guys up as well. Oh, we have a third one. Where did I put you? Oh, out here. I forgot about you. Get up there and start shooting the enemy. Let's claim this town. The Easter March levy, as I recall, were not that good compared with the Greenwood sergeants and my normal Durrandon sergeants. Now we're firing into their thick formation. And we're also coming in from a good angle. You can always tell when you're getting this kind of angle, you always get a lot more kills compared to when you do that, when the arrows go high and they fall upon the troops. It's always a lot better when they come in sort of at that kind of angle and hit the enemy. Not entirely sure why they decided to charge out of the gate. It would have been so much better for them just to hold the position inside. Oh, we haven't got the I'm not entirely sure what to call them. The short bow archers? These other archers are not actually able to fire. Silly enemies slowly wasting their potential. They should have held the front line until we had taken it, because then it would have been pointless to hold all of this. And as we can see, the enemy is now running. Drop the ram and attack them. And you guys, time to charge in and attack this enemy unit from the sides. Oh, and as the enemy tried to run back into the castle, or into the main defensive area in town, they're getting hit by all the arrows. Getting slaughtered. Right. Attack this one from the sides and get rid of it. Longbow archers. Time for you guys to move up. And time for the other archers to move up as well and fire upon the enemy. The enemy levy is retreating. I'm not going to call in just everyone, just the other ones, just yet. But we're going to move them up. So we want them ready just in case the battle bogs down inside, which I don't think it will. I think we have plenty men coming on here to deal with the enemy force. Kind of shooting our own there. Okay, so now we're gonna surround them and try to not get caught in a position where we can't use our superior numbers. Let's get the general inside. See if we can get him around. Go for the archers. Go there. You going through the center as well. Charge in! They weren't even standing ready against us. I think we saw the general down there. No, it wasn't the general. He should carry a sword, I believe. Or their captain. The captain of the watch. The archers are holding up all of these men. Charge through. And charge through the archers. And then this unit, let's see if that can continue charging towards up towards the corner. And then come down towards the enemy. How's it going for the archers? There's still 3 archers left, according to this. There's 2 of them. And at this point there's probably none of them. So let's go ahead and charge in and kill the last of these guys. They don't really stand a chance, but we have an opening here for them in case they want to rout away, although they won't rout away because they're in the center of town. But if they would want to, they could. Go ahead and speed this up. There's no point because, well, you can see quite clearly we have lost 3% of our force while they have lost 93% of their force. So the victory chances are not very good. There he falls. The enemy captain of House Gardner has fallen, and as he does, we actually close in around them and surround the remaining men, and we'll cut them all down, leaving none of them alive. And there we go. Victory! We lost 62 men and killed all of our enemies. Very good. We got the way. House of Yornwood. Yornwood was, I think, one of the first places I took out. We're gonna assimilate the settlement. Resistance is futile in Tumbleton. Trained increased dread. We're not gonna have this army sitting here though, because, well, this army is here. It's quite a large one as well. Marching over there is not gonna be suitable for us. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fall back to safety in this forest over here. Oh, and the town even holds. There's no point in repairing it because we'll only be repairing it for House Gardner, which is gonna come in and get it back. Must be quite annoying for House Gardner not being able to actually fight any battles. I don't think they... maybe they have fought a battle against... what's they called? House Martell, but seemingly House Martell has been able to avoid battle with them as well, and just been able to, as I've done, been able to play all the battles without actually them having the ability to fight back, which is probably really annoying for them, or for House Gardner. But yeah, we'll see. They're not really the main enemy anymore, because they've been defeated in such a way. So what I really need to be looking at for is that cheeky little bastard in House Bolton. Let's see. We're gonna do a hole there. We're gonna use the other one to breach the gate, and boom. Let's go. Open up the gate, and you will open up the wall. The longbowmen will spread out and move up and start shooting at the enemy. They actually got 2 catapults in here. Which is probably... He's not going to be very happy about losing them, I don't think. Maybe I should wait and just leave the archers for when I actually get into the center, because it seems like it's going to be one of those battles where we're going to have to fight the enemy in the town center. They're going to leave the small units back here on the wall. You know, there's no point in having all these men firing away loads of arrows to deal with these small units. That's most likely just going to be forced away once we've actually opened up the wall. And so far we're wasting a load of arrows just to get these few men, so no, hold your fire. We haven't hit this gate, but we have hit this wall pretty well. So this trebuchet was definitely a good purchase. Maybe I should have concentrated both trebuchets on this side. Let's go ahead and speed this up a bit, so we get through the wall. What I'm seeing though in the future, given that we have 2 major alliances really, it's House Gardner and me. No, not House Gardner, House Martell and me. And then there's Bolton and what they're called? Stark, House Stark. Why couldn't I remember that? And so most likely it's going to go down to a fight in between us and see what alliance will claim victory in this hot seat. And it will also go down then along maybe the religious lines, because we are of the faith of the Seven, while both House Stark and Bolton have the old gods. We actually forgot a unit out there. Or I say we, but I did. The crossbowmen. Well, that wasn't too much of a thing for getting the crossbowmen. Let's see if we can break this down before we send in the men. We're gonna send in the what's it called? Is it the Darklands? What are they called? The Breaklands. The Breaklands levy is the one that will go in first. And they will clear the way for the rest of us. Let's see, I wonder if I can get the catapults in to actually shoot in through here. Or maybe that won't be necessary. Maybe I will just need the archers to shoot them down. Oh, the gate was actually active, and we took down those men. The archers are still on the wall, and they're sending in some pikemen over there. Let's send this small unit up. It should be able to deal with the archers. And let's clear the way for the rest of the army. Pikemen down there getting killed, but I probably should go ahead and charge around as we get completely around the enemy. And slash! We're winning up here as well. We go around them, We surrounded the poor pikemen, which now have no chance of getting away from that fight. Well, we got another unit coming in there. Let's see, maybe I can get my general in quickly, charge these guys in the back and get rid of them pretty quickly. Guys up on the wall, still fighting. And the enemy don't seem too phased about it. Why don't we get the swordmen to come in as well and get rid of the enemy? It's gonna take a while to get those enemies away. I wonder why they why they didn't keep everyone up there. And why they are sending some men out. So they didn't protect. There's another unit coming in. Heavy men at arms. Let's get around here. I'm gonna charge the men at arms in the back then. The thing is, there's also a risk of our general getting sandwiched here. As we can see, there are actually some knights coming out. But if I'm quick enough, maybe we can get this done with, and I can get all of these routing, and I can get my men up close. Hopefully get a proper charge going in. Come on, get a proper charge in, and no. But as soon as we contact with them, they rout. I want you guys to get right through all of this. Just absolute massacre here. And then get in on the men-at-arms. So we can get through all of this. Make sure though that as many of these guys don't make it back to the center. Now let's hit the men-at-arms. The guys up on the wall are done for, so get down here and aid our troops. And since the wall is cleared, we can move up the longbowmen, and then they can aid against the knights. Let's see if we can push through, because now we have the knights coming up in our back. Okay, we're gonna push these guys through. See if we can get these guys out of the way. It won't matter that much if the general dies, but it would be nice if he didn't. The Knights of the Martyr aren't very good. They're coming in with their lance charge, but it was unsuccessful because they charged most of their own men. Or it was soaked up by most their own men. No, he died. He did actually die there. But I've got plenty more where that came from. Since the bodyguard is not really is not going to survive this, so shoot them down, get rid of them. Soon there's going to be loads of arrows just flying in here. And the enemy has been pushed here up against the house wall. Here we go, here comes the arrows. Oh, they're running. Hold fire. Oh, that's a lot. It looks like rain a bit. Got bloody outriders coming out. They're not going to be able to do anything. Let's get the archers inside. Let's get them in. And it's now just down to these stupid stupid knights. That's blocking my way. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Get rid of them already. It's going very slowly against these guys. So I guess these guys were maybe heavily trained or something, because otherwise the Knights of the Mother was quite easily cut down in other battles. They lost pretty darn quickly. Especially in that battle where they crashed into the shield walls that I've made. There we go, that's the last one. But these men right now must be quite tired, yes. They're all exhausted. The general's bodyguard will continue, but the infantry will march off to the side. And we'll get new fresh infantry coming in to deal with the center. So these three will come in and march towards the center. And we'll have the archers lined up along here, firing into the town center. Let's get the general. The general unit could probably just deal with all of these guys on its own. And if they persist, general, get over here. If the enemy persists, we can just get all the archers to do the work for us. Everyone's firing except this one. But it doesn't really matter that much because we're getting so many arrows flying in here anyways. Right, get the general in there. Or what's left of him. We're not killing that many with the our archer fire. Boom, and we got a nice charge in. We killed the enemy general. And there's only a few catapult guards left. One knight and a few other random units. And while they fight, we're gonna get the archers into a better position. Oh, there's another catapult coming in. Let's see if we can get them. Can I not get them in there? Oh, well, we can get two over there. We can get two over there. And we can get two over here then. Probably not going to be necessary because I believe the general will be able to take these down on his own. Or, well, his bodyguard, since he is dead. Oh, they're actually using some bloody catapults. Stop them. And we are victorious. Unfortunately, though, the general died in the battle. But the town is ours. Is that Dragonstone? I'm not sure. I'd imagine it's Dragonstone, or supposed to be Dragonstone. Let's go ahead and ransom. Gardner rejected the ransom. But the ring is now in our hands. Resistance is futile. We slayed a load of the inhabitants in town because, well, we lost the general. And they did not, the populace did not like that. We don't have that many generals over here. We got one. We're gonna see about getting him up here so he can take control of the army. And then we got this fight. Can we move anywhere from here? Well, next is this. So we'll be able to take this and possibly marching something out there. Something there and there, but we're gonna get reinforcements. Hopefully this one will be silly enough to move up to this position, and then I can gather these men up to take that over, and then we'll be able to go against these guys as well for next round. And so we secure this area because we can see Bolton now moving in, taking a load of areas, and I think he's taken the tip there of this as well. So we're gonna keep an eye out. And let's see if we can send some messages as well. I want to prepare House Lannister because House Stark has made it all the way over here. I imagine that Stark and Bolton are making a prepared invasion of our lands, and so we need to make sure that we get Lannister into our grand alliance of the 7, so that we can repel the invaders. And the main point is, of course, to clear the way of all the heretics. The light of the 7 must shine in all parts of the 7 kingdoms, and we cannot let it stand that the men of House Bolton so dastardly killed off the Vale, the House Arryn, I should say. Get that gate open. The thing about this is there's a lot of these heavy infantry units, so it's gonna be a heavy fight, a very heavy fight. Because I imagine these fight on a similar level to the mercenary units. But they don't. I think that the mercenary units though have shields, don't they? These don't, so that's an upside, and that also makes them weak to arrows. If I had my longbowmen, I could probably have just used the longbowmen to shoot them all down to there was nothing left. Thing is, we got the breakland levy, which is not very good. So we're gonna rely on the fact that the enemy is gonna go in possibly. Right, drop the ram and fight the enemy at the gate then. The rest of them are fleeing back. See if we hit a load of them as they retreat back into the town center. Managed to get quite a few in this unit that's lost. It's down to 87 men. So one unit is going to fall back. No, actually two. It's 2 units. And then 2 units are gonna stay. How are we doing here? Victory is a distinct possibility. I'm not entirely sure why my men are forcing their way like this into the gate if it's completely necessary. If they're losing a ton of men in doing this, that's not very good. Well, when they pushed in the second unit, defeat becomes almost a certainty. Can I get another unit up there getting the ram and opening a hole in the wall while these guys fight in the gate? We more or less claim the gate if we continue at this rate. Fire archers, fire! Yeah, they're moving a lot of men into the town center, which is going to be a problem for us. Oh, no, pause it. 80 men versus 98 men. Victory seems certain, only a fool could lose. And that you just say that these guys are marching. Defeat seems certain. So that's not very good. Can I get the archers up here? Oh, let's hold it right there. Right. Open up a hole in the wall. And then we'll get one of the pike units up there. See if they can do a better job against the enemy. Well, the breakland levies wasn't very good against these guys. But one thing I'll give them is they fought to the very end. Oh, and these guys are... Oh, they're halberdiers. They're not pikemen. That's gonna be good. Let's get the halberdiers in there. They're down to 8 men and they are still fighting. That's pretty darn good. Get up and around so we can surround these men. And then the archers should be start firing at these guys. Hopefully. Pretty darn soon. You're in around them. Now charge them in the back. And so we get through the gate. The gatehouse is ours. These guys are shaken. Hopefully we can get them to give up before the reinforcement turns up, but it doesn't seem like that. We're gonna need more men up there. And let's get the general in now. We're gonna need his chargers. These guys are still holding on. I might not be able to win this battle the way it's going right now. Maybe we should switch to fire arrows. Maybe that will be more successful. Ah, these guys are routing, that's good. These guys are shaken. See if we can get some charges in around the back. Let's get the general in. The enemy has lost 50% of their force, while we have only lost 19. Okay, get the archers up closer so we can hit the men in there. It took a sharp turn there and we increased our chance of victory. These guys are down to 3 men, but they still are fighting. Damn. Those are some hardy men. The thing is, I want to engage these. Let's see if we can get completely around and we can come in from the back, because we've got quite an open street. And if I engage these guys from the front, I think we can do pretty well. Let's get these two up front fighting. And then we can follow up with these two. Are they shield wall ability enabled? Yeah, I think it is. And then we'll build up by the other men. And the archers, it's probably needed in here. You know what? We're gonna get them in on the side street. Let's see if we can shoot the enemy in the side. And the rest of the men are marching up, ready to deal with the enemy. And the general is now secure behind the enemy. And we've started killing them at the front line. Oh, I wonder what a spearman was doing in among the halberdiers, but it turned out it was that that unit. There's 2 men of them, and they still have not routed. Let's get the archers into the side here. And since they're so close, I can fire arrows. And then we'll go ahead and speed this up a bit. Halberdiers are doing fine. Victory seems certain. And now the archers are ready in their flank, ready to fire arrows upon the enemy. And the enemy has engaged both the units in the main fight up here, where the halberdiers are fighting. Which means it will be open for the general to charge in and get his charge off into their back. Hopefully it will be a successful and proper lanced attack. Come on, call the lance attack. God, he's not going to do it. You had the good build up to this, but no, I'm not going to go ahead and do a lance attack. I'm just going to ride straight up to into them and hope for the best. Let's get the archers. I think we can get the archers closer. But our attack has compacted the enemy force now, so it would be easier to hit them this time around. And as we can see, the halberdiers have done quite well in fighting these men. So maybe what I should have done is I should have sent in the halberdiers first, because clearly they are doing a superb job in taking these guys down. We're gonna shoot some, gonna give them a volley of fire arrows, and then we're gonna see about getting the general back in here again. Burning loads of them. And the general is completely bloodied in his face. Okay, comes the general. We're gonna get one volley off just before he hits the enemy unit. Nice, we got a lance attack as well. Just as that fire arrow volley is done, he comes in, so perfect timing there. And let's just keep him in and cut the enemy down. Boom, the enemy general turns around to see what the fuzz is in the back of the line, and he gets stabbed. Shank the bastard, and he's gone, and so is the rest of his bandit force, and the town is now in the rightful hand of a proper lord. And so we lose 185 men. How many of that brave unit survived? Casualties healed. 33 men was recovered out of that unit, which is good, because there were a lot of brave men in that. That is Dragonstone, I believe. So what was the other place? Ah, the other place must have been the Greyjoys. Their area, whatever that's called, I can't remember. We're gonna simulate the settlement, and hunting rights we're gonna remove. We're gonna repair this. We can build this faith militia area. It looks like he's put that sword right through his leg. Same with this guy, put it right through, or well, not through his own leg, but through this guy's hand. But it's actually standing in front, but it kind of looks like it. I'm not entirely sure how well these poor fellow warrior sons are. But if my plan is to roleplay a religious war against Bolton and Stark, maybe I should have some faith militia. I like how fact that when the general turns up, the town actually becomes worse. Well, that's because he raised the tax. We'll recruit a spy. Trained increase, fair in rule. So, but he increased the tax. very high as soon as he got in, but apparently it's fair in rule. We've got quite a lot of money, so we need a lot of more. We need more men, and I think we just maybe what I can do is how much do the archers cost? Oh, the longbow archers are quite expensive. We need more men to resupply this area, but we also need men to resupply this area, because if Bolton intends to attack, we're gonna need men in this area. But I think he's probably doing some kind of sneaky maneuver where he's moving men onto ships, and he would land it. He's got some kind of inside information here, a spy or something, so he knows that maybe Storm's End is very low defended. The thing though is, what I really need to do is get a lord out here, build some towers out here, so I can see when he turns up. What does the ship cost? 500. We can see about doing that. And we probably need to get some more diplomats, because right now let's see. I only have one, and that's this guy down here. Everyone else has been assassinated along everything, which is not very nice. They keep assassinating him. I put the first guy to fall was the guy I put here to be ambassador to the Lannisters. I don't think the Lannisters killed him. It probably House Gardner that killed him to sort of provoke some kind of reaction out of me against them. I'm guessing, or maybe it was someone else. But I don't think House Lannister killed him. And then who else died? I think, yes, this guy over here died. And then I think we had one moving around here that also died. They could have died of natural causes, but I doubt it. So we got 3,000. Let's spend that on some troops. We're gonna spend it on troops up here. So the halberdiers were good units. So gonna get more of these Breakland halberdiers. We're gonna get as many as we can, actually. Well, maybe I should get another spy here. So, did I recruit? I think I recruited a spy. Where did I recruit the others? One spy there and one spy there. So we got 2 spies to keep an eye on the Boltons and keep an eye on what's going on here. And then we can invade here next round. You can see about continuing the war over here. But we got 3 settlements. I imagine we're gonna lose this one. But if they actually move up there, we're gonna have this one being able to... they can't actually lay siege. But if I'm maybe mass troops there, I could do that. We need a catapult up here so we can take Long Table as well, and then we need to go take this place. Take a lot of places. Let's go ahead and check the statistics. Overall ranking, we need human factions. Holy crap, what's happened here? The overall ranking, Martell has just jumped I don't know how many places. I dropped a bit, but I imagine it was just counting the battles I fought last time around. House Martell and House Bolton somehow just went straight through the roof for some reason. Look at House Gardner. House Gardner has fallen completely to the bottom. It's not very accurate because House Aaron is supposed to be gone, so that should be flatlining. Military. House Gardner, there, that must have been last turn when I took out 3 stacks, so they're dropping like flies. House Stark hasn't been building a lot, but military, I've now fallen below House Martell, so I'm no longer the number 1 in military. Production, oh, so it's a weird production boost then for House Bolton and Martell. For some reason it went just straight up in production, and I have no clue why. Is this seasons or something? What? I'm not sure. Greatest General, Oris Dondarrion, but he's not the heir apparent, which is stupid. Territorial ranking. Martell has been going very steep right up. Same with Bolton has increased a lot. I haven't increased a lot, and Gardner has lost a lot to the point where even the Starks have gone past them. Financial ranking, Martell just gained loads of cash, it seems. Same with Bolton, but that could be tied in with that weird production spike. But if I was Bolton, get quite a lot of money out of this. They're gonna be more powerful than before, which is gonna be worrisome, very worrisome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some messages, send some messages out, or specifically to House Gardner, and we'll see what they say. But I'm gonna type it up behind camera, as it were. I realize that this episode has already gone on for almost an hour, so let's cut this short, shall we? And I'll just read the message that I'm now sending to House Gardner. You have lost the war, and it's high time that you surrender. Bend a knee, and I won't destroy you. I demand that you cede all your eastern holdings and become my vassal. The great alliance of Durrandon and Martell have bigger fish to fry as the enemies of the Seven move on our lands. You will have to give up the title of king and now title yourself as High Lord of your western holdings. Note that I speak for the entire alliance and that a peace with me will be a peace with Martell as well. Don't bother going to the Lannisters since I have already secured a deal with them in case of war with the heathens of the north. Signed, the Storm King Durrandon the Pious. I added the Pious there because it ties in with my roleplay of the great religious war. Anyways, let's go ahead and send that. Send. And yes, this will be it for this episode. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!